Hi engineers, how are you all? I hope everyone is doing great in their jobs. In last lecture, we discussed about evolution of ASME BPVC and some key points of forward sections. So today we will discuss about what are the different ASME BPVC sections we are following right now for different applications. So let's go into the topic guys. So the very first one is section 1, that is rules for construction of power boilers. So the ASME was created this course for power boilers which are in direct contact of fire. And next one is materials. This is section 2 materials. So it is the general section for all ASME boiler and pressure vessel design codes. So general section means what guys? General section means we can use this section for section 1 power boilers, section 8 pressure vessels, but there are some criterias in design code that we need to follow before selecting the material. For example, if we select one material for power boilers, the material must contain high resistance to heat, high strength, high allowable stress, because power boilers are directly contact with fire. But maybe section 8 does not need this much of high properties because pressure vessels are not in direct contact with fights. I hope you got my point. If you have any doubts, please post your question in comment section so that I have a chance to clear your doubts. Okay, and this section 2 divided into four parts. Part A for ferrous materials, Part B for non-ferrous materials, Part C for welding, brazing, filler materials, and Part D covers mechanical stresses. Mostly we use Part D in our calculation to take allowable stress values, tensile and yield stress values. So most of the industries use Part D for taking stress values, guys, for different materials. So and next one is section 3, that is rules for construction of nuclear facility components. So this section covers requirements for components of nuclear power plants. So in this also we have subparts, subdivisions based on the nuclear power plant components. And next one is section 4, that is rules for construction of heating boilers. This section initially created to address the room heating. So the countries like Canada, USA, Europe has very cold climates, right? So that's why they used these heating boilers for heating their building and rooms. So, and now various industries are also using these heating boilers for their process. I hope you understand why heating boiler section was developed. And next one is section 8, that is non-destructive examination. So basically these NDE methods are techniques that used for testing materials or components without damaging the component. So this section provide you guidelines and procedure for different NDE methods like radiographic testing, ultrasonic testing, magnetic particle testing, visual testing, etc. So I have a question for you guys. Section 8 and Section 5 both are providing the NDE methods. So what is the difference between these two sections? So if you know, post your answer in the comment box. So I will tell you the answer now. Here, the main difference is Section 5 provides only procedure for NDE method, but Section 8 gives acceptance criteria for that defect. For example, if you do radiography test for a part, we follow procedure according to the Section 5. And after the radiographic test, we observe some defects like porosity defect. Okay. So section 8 gives what is the acceptance criteria, what is the acceptance length of that particular porosity defect, like 1 mm, 2 mm, like that they will mention in section 8. So now I hope you are getting my point. Section 5 only gives you procedure for that particular operation. But these design codes give acceptance criteria. For example, if you see crack, so section 8 gives what is the length of that crack. If it is less than 1 mm, so it is acceptable. So you can use your pressure vessel without any problem. Okay, so I hope you are getting. So next one is section 6, that is for care and operation of heating boilers. So it provides caring of heating boilers. It guides us on what operations we should perform to keep heating boilers in operational conditions. So that was given in section 6. And next one is section 7, that is for power boilers. And next one is section 8, that is rules for construction of pressure vessels. So this is the most widely used code in industries like oil and gas, petrochemical, and pharma industries. So this section has three divisions, that is Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. Our focus is Division 1. Throughout the training, I will try to explain Division 1 clauses in very detail. So, and next one is section 9, that is for welding, brazing, fusion qualifications. So, it will guide us what are the welding procedures we need to follow while welding the component, and what is the qualification of welding welder, and what is the procedure we need to follow while brazing, and what are the inspection methods we need to follow for welding and brazing. Okay, this all details will mentioned in section 9. And the next one is section 10. So this section 10 is provided especially for plastic pressure vessels. So nowadays there are they are increasing market for plastic pressure vessels also. So, and next one is Section 11, that is rules for in-service inspection of nuclear reactor facility components. So if you want to inspect a nuclear facility components, that is which are in service, we need to follow guidelines of this Section 11. And next one is Section 12, that is rules for construction and service of transportation tanks. So like Section 1 for boilers and power boilers, and Section 8 for pressure vessels. So Section 12 is for transportation tanks. So which cover design rules. So and finally there is a one more section, that is section 13, that covers overpressure protection. So if you want to safely run our pressure vessel, so what are the overpressure protection guidelines we need to follow, that will cover in section 13. So I hope you understand and enjoyed this session. Please subscribe and like this video. It will helpful for my personal growth. Thank you and Jai Hind, guys.